up on SCVTV's Community Corner, a parade with a purpose. Find out all the fun details with the Agua Dulce Women's Club.
It's time to roll up your sleeves and make a difference at the 30th Annual River Rally Cleanup and Environmental Expo.
Enhance your professional skills and get ready for the workforce with Golden Oak Adult School.
Hear how you can support breast cancer awareness at Soroptimist International of Valencia's premier fundraising event, Bras for a Cause.
Meet not one, but two perfect pooches from Outta the Cage who are more than ready for their forever homes.
And on a brand new episode of This Week in Santa Clarita, get a glimpse of William S. Hart's ranch house, which is now open for self-guided tours.
Stay tuned. SCVTV's Community Corner starts now. Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley, to SCVTV's Community Corner. I'm Carrie Lujan.
And I'm Dave Caldwell. The show's all about you, Santa Clarita, the great city that we live in. Why it's a great place to live, work, and play. We always know that. The nonprofits, the schools, and we always appreciate it when you share just a little bit of your time with us so that we can share a little bit about what's going on in Santa Clarita.
And speaking of the great schools, one of our local great high schools just celebrated a milestone.
That's true. Saugus High School celebrating its 50th anniversary. Saugus is the third oldest high school behind Hart High School and then Canyon, then Saugus came along, then Valencia, Golden Valley, and West Ranch came along about the same time. But 50 years for Saugus High School, and that's pretty neat. And you know what? Let's give a shout out to Assistant Principal Diane Hamburger. She put this whole program on. It was an incredible event. Alumni from the first graduating class 50 years ago were there. That's so much fun. They played archival footage. You had cheerleaders from 50 years ago. Probably looked a little bit different than they do today.
No.
Maybe. No?
Okay.
Same. Okay. Football, basketball, whatever it was, doesn't matter. All those great things going on. It was a Centurion celebration that was unmatched. So congratulations, Saugus High School, for 50 years being in Santa Clarita. That's pretty cool.
I love it. It's really cool. And let's stick with the school thing because the second annual All Valley Showcase is coming back. This is for the high school marching bands, and it's not a competition, but an exhibition for the schools from all over the SCV and the SFV, San Fernando Valley, to show off the power, precision, and pageantry of high school marching bands. And the grand finale, Dave, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
It will be a special performance with all of the participating schools performing one song together.
That's pretty amazing. That's going to be like 1,000 plus performers out there on the field. That's incredible.
It's going to be amazing. And mark your calendars. It's this Saturday, September 20th, 2025 at 7 p.m. at Valencia High School. Tickets can be purchased at the gate. Adults are $10. Students and children, 5 and up. And seniors, military, for just $5. And children under 5 are free. And Dave, I have to give another shout out because I was at the USC football game a couple weekends ago. Golden Valley High School was performing as part of marching band night.
That's
so
awesome.
we got to give a shout out to Golden Valley High School too.
Great stuff. Great stuff happening all around this town. And we got a great show in front of us today as well. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. Since 1948, the Agua Dulce Women's Club has been a pillar of the community by hosting meaningful events benefiting local youth groups and seniors.
And we're thrilled to have them on for the first time today, joining us now to not only highlight the work of the organization, but also invite the community to its meaningful Agua Dulce Country Fair and Parade. Our club president, Susan Slamer, and Missy Wilson, head of media and marketing. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you.
We're excited to be here.
So Susan, tell us more about the Women's Club and your mission.
Well, it was started by 10 local women in Agua Dulce in 1948, and they just wanted to reach out to the community. As you know, we're kind of farmland and somewhat removed from our neighbors. And they really wanted to build a clubhouse, and they wanted to do good works for the community. So we've continued that mission. Our mission is to maintain the clubhouse, which is why we have to have fundraisers, and also to do events for the community throughout the year. So, and we have great women. It's fantastic. I love it.
It's grown to almost 150
people. We have about 150 members now.
Some men, a few men, but mostly women.
But I will say, our husbands and boyfriends and kids,
They're all part of it, too.
they jump in and help whenever they can. So it's brilliant. brilliant.
You know, one of the things that I think is fun about your organization is the fact that the Pacific Crest Trail goes right through Agua Dulce. But you've got an event where you're serving lunch for a lot of these. So I want to know more about that.
Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite things. So the Pacific Coast Crest Trail goes from Mexico to Canada. It stops in California, Oregon, and Washington. And they come through our little town. So we open up our clubhouse, we serve them lunch. This year it was a taco salad, build your own taco salad. We let them...
I'm sorry, but is this every single day you're serving them lunch?
No, one day. One day of the trail. We did it May, I want to think, I was around May 7th this year.
And the walk usually starts in the spring, so like around April.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do it
for
in May.
several months.
Yeah, it goes for months. And so they come through our little town. We open up the club. We let them charge their phones. They use the restrooms. But what's really cool is we had over 50 people this year from 11 different states and about 10 different countries. And there's always somebody that strikes a chord with you and you go, what were you thinking? But there was a 61-year-old woman from the UK whose friend had been badgering, you got to do this, I'm a hiker, you got to do it. Woman's never hiked in her life, but she spent thousands of dollars on hiking gear. They were on the trail for 2 weeks and her girlfriend bailed on her, left her alone on the trail. And when she came to us, she kept saying, well, I'm going to give myself 2 more weeks and see if I can do it. But here's the beauty of the trail. There were all these women from Australia, and all through the day you kept hearing, Aussie, 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 you know. There must have been 25 women from Australia. And they found her, and they were making sure she was safe. And so she said, I can't keep up with these young women, but they slow up and they let her catch up.
Wow.
So they form this community, and we're sitting with all these people hearing great stories about their time on the trail. So we love it. I love it. It's a fascinating. We met somebody from Hong Kong this year who spoke very little English, so that was challenging. But all they did was smile. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, so it's been great. We love it.
But
It's
the
a lot of
interesting
fun.
thing about Agua Dulce too, to your point, is like you would never know about this in the city.
Yeah.
You know, in a big city. So we're in a place where it's a little bit slower, a little bit more vast.
Yeah.
And you get to have life. You're experiencing different things that you wouldn't normally experience.
Yeah.
For us and them.
Well, and I love that you're a women's group and they're women supporting women and all of you are together.
Yes.
Just,
But men too.
Yes.
And men too. And men too.
Men too.
So, Missy, the parade is coming up. Tell
my
us
gosh.
all about this.
Oh my gosh. So I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, never, been in another country. I have never seen a town like this in my whole life. I came from Redondo Beach and everyone's like, oh, I always want to live at the beach, but it does not compare to Agua Dulce. So what we do every year, it probably takes 6 months to plan. All volunteers. I want to say there's probably 25 people on our team. Everyone is able to chair their own kind of department. And we put this thing together all for the community. It's 100% run by volunteers. All the proceeds go back to various charities in the community, but I'm telling you, this is professional. We have a band that is former players from Kansas, Warrant,
We have a lot of
City Boy from the UK. This is a band like you've never heard
classic
before.
rock. If you're into classic rock.
And it's a stage that looks like it's right out of LA, like Kiss FM at the Forum. So I mean, this stuff, it's getting constructed on a dirt lot that's owned by a woman that's been in town for 50 years.
Yeah.
And she's allowed us to do the fair there. But we have craft vendors, we have food trucks, we have food vendors and trucks. We have games for the kids. We have a petting zoo.
But the thing with the games is, we have a local guy. He's a retired Beverly Hills fire captain of the Beverly Hills Fire Department. And he builds these games that I'm telling you, great for adults. A lot of them are Star Wars themed. So if you're a Star Wars fan, but they're massive. He spends hours and weeks and months on these games. And I tell people, it's not just for the kids, because the adults see them and they rival anything that you could get at any fair. So it's pretty cool.
So this is a parade that ends with the fair.
Yes.
But what we don't know is when it's going to happen.
It's going to happen September 20th.
Okay.
The craft vendors are opening to the public at 2 p.m. upon popular demand. We have really, really cool craft vendors. And so over the years that I've been a part of it, they're like, can't we get in and shop early? Can we get in and shop early? So everybody can come in at 2 o'clock if they want to. Also, we forgot to mention there is alcohol at the fair. There's that. There's beer, wine, and a specialty drink.
And we'll all need a drink.
4 o'clock is the parade. We have 2 flyovers. We have how many entries for the parade?
I'm not sure right now. We're halfway where we need to be right now. We usually have about 50, so we're halfway there.
Is there a theme for the parade? Like, what do you see in the parade?
Can I, is it okay if
Please.
I put this up?
Yes.
It's blue jeans and country dreams.
There you go.
It is amazing. This newspaper here has gone out to now 7,000 homes.
Wow.
You wouldn't think there were 7,000 people that lived in Agua Dulce, but it's going out to 7,000 homes in Acton and Agua Dulce. This is a fair and parade where people, us here, we would not believe that there was a line to get into this fair and parade. The people that are lined up to watch the parade, actually, they have live band. I mean, it's just, for me, it's so heartfelt.
Let me just, the parade starts at 4 o'clock, right? So we're having 2 flyovers this year. The fire department has a helicopter that will fly over twice. And then we have a Condor squad of 4 planes that fly in such close proximity to each other. It scares the hell out of me. Sorry, I cussed. Scares me to death.
We also have the Agua Dulce airport right along in Agua Dulce.
They take off from there. But I was having nightmares the other night thinking, oh my God, it's going to be the biggest mid-air crash in Agua Dulce, all these. So I was panicked, and we have a local pilot who's very experienced, and I called him and I said, would you do me a huge favor? Would you coordinate between the helicopter and the Condor squad so everybody's flying at the right times and safely? So so he's taking care of that, which is wonderful. But the parade starts at 4, and we have local queens. We'll get you a tiara and a crown.
Thank you.
And then the town council will be in it, and the women's club. We will be on an antique fire truck.
Nice.
That's being donated. And so there's all kinds of cars, floats,
is a feel-good
equestrians. Yeah.
The fair begins first.
No, the parade's first.
Oh, the parade, the
Shopping
shopping
is
begins.
Yeah.
That's what it is at 2 o'clock.
Drinking.
Then the fair, or the
at
parade,
4.
and then
the parade starts at 4 to 5,
Yes.
and then as soon as the parade's over, the fair opens up.
opens up.
But like she said, so many people want to shop early, so we've opened it up at 2 o'clock. They can come in and shop, but then they got to get lost.
This
Go watch
is
the
so
parade.
much fun. Like, just talking to you guys is so much fun.
It's
I can't
like
imagine
nothing
what
you've
the
ever
whole
Well,
event
they had
is
you
gonna
locked
be.
in at Tiara. Come
They
on,
said-
let's be real.
Tiara, shopping, and alcohol. And I'm like, sign
What
me up.
else
Where
do
do
you want,
I go?
right? What else
So
do you
where do
want?
all the funds raised from this amazing day go to?
They all go back to local charities in the community. 4-H, there's iLead, which is a private school. Charter school. There's Scouts, youth groups, seniors. I mean, it's whoever we can give to, we want to give to.
Yeah.
So it's just a wonderful combination of people coming together, celebrating.
But we do have to remind people, this is a fundraising event.
Yeah, it
we
is
don't
fundraising.
charge a lot, but it is one of our 3 that we do throughout the year, because we do have to pay to keep the lights on and be able to give scholarship money out and do the things we do.
What are some of the additional things that are going to be going on during this day that will allow for fundraising? Raffle prizes, things like that.
There's over 50 raffle baskets. And again, all this is put together by volunteers, but these are some significant baskets. I mean, product that's donated from big stores and from local businesses. It's very, it's a big moneymaker for the town, actually.
Yeah, it is. You know what's interesting is in such a small community, how many talented people there are. Not me, mind you, but there are so many talented people in our community that make clothing or, wooden, things that you would hang up in your barn or your house or whatever, signs. And so you go in and you look around, and I got to tell you, I buy a lot of my gifts for, birthdays,
holidays.
holidays.
Christmas is coming up,
It's
right?
coming
Holidays are
up,
coming
right?
up.
So it's great to shop, and they're all local handmade vendors, which we love. And then last year, I know everyone was raving about the lobster rolls that you could get at one of the food trucks.
Yeah. I would like to say we would love to invite both of you.
Yeah.
So let us know. We will
you.
definitely get you 2
Thank
adult
you.
tickets, and you guys can come join us and find us,
You
and we'll
should
make
be in
sure.
our parade.
Oh, there you go. If there's a tiara involved again, she's got it down.
there.
She's
If
got it
you're in
down.
our parade, I'll make sure you have a crown.
No, we would love to have you.
Wow.
To experience this yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell how passionate you guys are about this entire day and the organization, but tell me a little bit about what it means to you. I'm going to ask each of you. Let's start with you.
I will tell you this. I grew up in a small town in New Jersey, and my mom was involved in everything, and I hated it. And I swore I would never do it. I absolutely swore I would never do it. But my daughter moved up to Agua Dulce first and joined the women's club. And she just loved it. She met so many women of her age and older that were mentors and help, and your kids get to know each other. And so I finally gave in and said, okay, I'll join. And then I found out that, women, some women are very strong. I have a very strong personality, and I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. But I really want women to support women, and I want us to support families and our children and our grandchildren. And that's what this club does. I mean, you have all these strong personalities, but we're all there for the same reason. We're there to give back. We're there to reach out to our community and help in any way we can. And this group of women on our board, Missy's part of my board, our board this year, I was worried, I'm president. Oh my, what was I thinking? But I have to tell you, it's been an absolute honor and a privilege to work with these, and I'm serious, because I honestly thought it was going to go the other way at times. But we all help each other and we support each other, and we're able to, you have to remember that you don't know what somebody's going through in their day or what their lives are, so you have to kind of always remember that somebody might be a little off that day. Well, what's causing that to be off? Don't automatically go, they weren't very nice to me today. Like, think about what's going on in their lives. And I think we as women try to do that. All of us have been victims of life's experiences, some really great and some the most horrific thing you could ever experience. But we come together as women and families, and we try and be there for them. And I think that for me it's a blessing. It really is.
Missy, how about you?
Ditto. No.
Exactly.
For me, I moved to Agua Dulce 10 years ago from Redondo Beach, and I said, what the heck did I just do? It's a bunch of land with houses on dirt with gates. How am I ever going to meet anybody? But when I first came through Agua Dulce, I saw the women's club. I said, I need to join this. And my daughter was like, that is the corniest thing I've ever heard in my life. It has been the most amazing experience. And I was never one of those people that had to be in a club, or I was a single mom raising 2 kids, and I was just trying to survive. But with this group, everyone, and you're included, super successful. Internally, personally, and in business. And we all make time for this. I am one of the busiest people I know.
Yes, she is.
But the thing is, if it has to do with the women's club, it's the first on my list. Why? Because I want to get back to the community, and I want to be part of this group. We're doing good, and you don't find that very much anymore.
Those are 2 incredible testaments to the power of being part of the women's club. So for someone who's watching, and maybe they want to join the women's club, or maybe they want more information about the parade and the fair, what's the best way for them to be able to reach out?
You should go to the website, ADWC, AguaDulceWomen'sClub.org. I will say that it's a pretty easy to navigate website. It's very simple, but if you want to be a member, you can just push the member button. And I would love to talk to anyone who wants to be a part of it.
Not only that, they can come and join us at any of our meetings.
Check us out.
And come check us out. Come hang out. I mean, she calls me zany because, okay. But I run the meetings and I try and move fast because I don't want people to be bored. But I also want it to be fun. Like, we have a lot of business to discuss, but there's no reason why you can't. Have a glass of wine.
Well, I have had a lot of fun with you here today.
Done.
Susan and Missy, thank you so much for being here, sharing your energy and enthusiasm.
We love being here. I mean, you guys can join too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and you guys are going to have to come back.
Okay. We would love to.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
very
being
much.
Here. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. The Santa Clara River is one of Southern California's last natural, free-flowing river systems. Preserving it is crucial in protecting the wildlife and endangered species that call it home.
And now you can do your part to protect its natural beauty at the 30th Annual River Rally Cleanup and Environmental Expo. So joining us today to tell us how you can leave your mark on the community is Haley Lawton, Administrative Analyst for the City of Santa Clarita. Haley, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
This is a big deal. It's the 30th.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
So what are the details about the River Rally? When is it? Where is it? All of those kind of things for people to
So
know.
this year's River Rally, it's on September 20th, which is a Saturday. It's from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And this year it's along the area near Wiley Canyon Road, which is off the Via Princesa Bridge and east of Orchard Village Road. So it's going to be a really good time this year because we are celebrating the 30th event. So we're going to have a lot of fun things in store.
So the event has been going on, as you said, for 30 years. I know it's one of the most popular, probably the most popular volunteer event in the city. Tell us how much trash has been collected over that 3 decades.
So actually, this year, we're hoping to actually reach the milestone of reaching over 500,000 pounds of trash.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big deal this year. It's the 30th, we're reaching milestone in how much trash we're collecting, so it's gonna be a big deal.
Can I ask, I'm gonna butt in here.
Yeah.
What is some of the stranger things that have been picked up and collected during the River Rally?
I've seen, last year there was like some sort of safe that we found
Did it have money in it?
No, there was no money in it. Yeah, and there's been shopping carts, there's been tents, there's been cars, there's been all sorts of miscellaneous items.
Interesting.
Yes. So come this year, you might find something new.
Yeah, money in the money that was in the safe.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. This is a great opportunity for parents to be able to show children. You know what? Here's an opportunity to get to how to give back and show not only giving back to the community, giving back to the environment as well. Are there age restrictions, and then should people not be wearing, flip-flops and open-toed shoes and those kinds of things?
Great point. Thank you for bringing that up. There are no age restrictions, so as long as minors are responsible enough or with a parent, then that's great. In terms of what they should be wearing, make sure that they're wearing closed-toed shoes. We will be providing trash bags and gloves to be picking up the trash, but we encourage sun protection, wear your hat, wear your sun shirts, and bring a reusable water bottle because we're going to have a refillable water station this year. So we're just trying to make sure that in case it's hot, everybody has the tools that they need in order to stay safe.
And the other thing that's really fun about the River Rally is after you do all the cleaning, you get to go check out the Environmental Expo.
Yes.
What is going to be there this year?
This year, there's going to be something that's new. We've never done it before. To celebrate the 30th, we're inviting the Castaic Animal Care Center. They're going to be showcasing some adoptable dogs this year, so that's something that I am super excited about. But in addition to that, there's going to be all the regular exhibitors that we usually have. There's going to be Paint Care, who's going to be providing some art activities for kids this year, so that will be a lot of fun. In addition to the expo, we're doing a community mural. So this is going to be a 16-foot mural that all the volunteers are going to be able to help paint. And then afterwards, it's going to be showcased at one of the local community centers. So that's going to be a very cool aspect as well.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Why should people take part in this? Why is it important for community members to go, I want to step up and do this?
Right. Like you said, a lot of it is being able to give back to your community. So we live in a community. Santa Clarita is a very beautiful and pristine and clean community. And that's because the residents care to keep it that way. And this is one of those ways that we show that we care and that we can all contribute as a community to keep Santa Clarita as nice and beautiful as it is, and to keep our Santa Clara River really nice and clean. So it's an example to younger folks, but then also it's just our way to do our part and help keep it clean.
Yeah.
So over the 30 years of the event, how has it changed and evolved?
That's a good question. Honestly, I would say that it's just become a lot bigger of an event. When it first started, it used to be a lot smaller, maybe a lot less exhibitors, and now it's a full-fledged, huge event with over 1,200 volunteers usually that come out to support it. We have around 25 exhibitors this year, so it's going to be a big event this year.
And it's also interesting because it's in a different location every single
That's
year.
true. That's true. It's in a different location, and so we circle around the locations about once every 3 to 4 years. Yeah. So
So if someone wants to get involved, where do they go to get more information?
go to greensantaclarita.com/events.
Perfect. We'll be there.
It's easy.
Yes. Haley
you guys so
Lawton
much.
from the city of Santa Clarita, thank you so much for sharing about the
you.
River Rally.
Thank you guys.
Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. For more than 75 years, Golden Oak Adult School has been providing individuals knowledge and specialized training that's so crucial in today's job market.
With free course offerings such as workforce preparation, English as a second language, and academic offerings, Golden Oak Adult School is helping community members acquire new skills that are vital in the ever-changing workforce.
So joining us today to highlight the many beneficial programs available is Golden Oak Principal Brian Wilson. It's so good to see you, man.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much.
So give us a general overview. First of all, 75 years. So what a lot of people don't realize is that Golden Oak is part of the Hart School District and is the second oldest school, only behind Hart High School. So give us a kind of an overview.
So actually, we're starting our 78th year in the community, and we are at the corner of, we actually share the parking lot with Placerita Junior High. So we have all those little bungalows right there. I've been the principal now, this is my 4th year there, and basically the overview is we are trying to provide educational services, diploma and equivalency for the GED or the HiSET, community interest courses. For example, we have flower arranging and ceramics. So we're just trying to provide and continue to connect with the adults in our community and have them a place for them to continue to learn new skills, new traits, new language.
And why is it so important to offer these programs to adults?
Because twofold. Number one, it provides our students that are in the district, it provides them with what are my parents doing? What are my older siblings doing? And education doesn't stop when the traditional 16, 17, 18-year-old student graduates across the stage at COC. It doesn't stop. It still provides them with education is lifelong. And we don't truly understand some of the students that come to me, things happen when they're 16, 17 years old, or even younger than that, and still providing that service for them. Last year I had a graduate of a 70-year-old graduate, 70-year young graduate, which was absolutely amazing. And hearing their stories is the why. I'll tell you what, it's the why.
So it's partly getting that high school, the GED, but then there's also adult programs. And some people will be thinking, oh, it's only about job performance, job enhancement, learning a new skill, things like that. But it goes beyond that, though, doesn't it, Brian?
It does go beyond that. The best way to describe this, it's, in our age, even in my age, we're still always turning the corner trying to what ifs and what would I have done if I would have just stayed the traditional path. So we do offer the equivalency. We call it the equivalency because we provide training and education for both the GED and the HiSET. They're both very similar. I'm
sorry, Brian, but what is the difference?
The difference is, the best way we describe it is Pepsi and Coke. It's really, it's just a preference. GED is the term that everyone kind of knows, right? We didn't offer GED for a long time because it didn't have the Spanish side of things. HiSET offered Spanish for our students, for our community. Spanish is just a little bit more prevalent. So we were the only school in a 20-mile radius that offered HiSET, which is the high school equivalency test, GED side of things. But we offered it in Spanish. GED just came out the last couple of years. It came out with a Spanish version of it. So now we do both, and we're just offering the equivalency, the training and the testing. So the students can choose. Do I want to go the high set path, or do I want to go the GE side of things? So GED is just typically most of what everyone knows and has learned about, but we offer both sides, so that's why.
And you can tell how passionate you are about what you get to do. Why do you love your job so much?
Why do I love it is because, like I said, I mentioned earlier, you get to hear their story. And that's truly what education is. It's a story. And some people, the path is straight. Some people, it's curvy. Some people, it's curvy, bumpy, and sometimes it's broken. And to offer that, to allow them to mend that broken road, mend that path, and still be able to provide an education, a service that, one, they benefit, we benefit because we get to hear the story, and it just brings the community together, you know, and that's truly what it is. It provides opportunities, and a lot of the students, they come, learn the skill, learn the language, but also it's because it moves them up in their job skills. It doesn't put them just at the base. They actually can move up because they learn something new.
The success that you get to see with these students must be very inspiring.
It's very, Dave, I cannot tell you the stories that we heard last year. Prime example, one of my students was so embarrassed she never told her own daughters, and it took a long time, and then she was so nervous when she finally had to tell them. She was nervous on how they would accept that she didn't have a diploma, and with them and telling the story of how they just embraced them, they hugged, they cried, they did it all, but she finished.
Yeah.
And it's the best. Oh my, I cannot tell you, it's the best.
Oh, well, hearing you talk about it is inspiring. So where can people go for more information so they can be part of this?
Perfect. So we have a lot of it's social media. Most of my students, word of mouth, but we do have goldenoakadultschool.com. That's our website. All the registration is on there. All the course offerings are on there. They could go to the Heart District website under school tab. So it's under programs in schools. There's our, they can click on Golden Oak and take us right to the website. So, or they can just come to campus. You know, like I said, we're right by Dolby and Newhall, right in the corner there, sharing the good old parking lot with Plaza Rita.
Brian Wilson, the principal for Golden Oak Adult School. Thank you so much. Thank you for your passion.
You got
for
it.
what you're doing.
Oh, it doesn't change. It does not change.
It doesn't change.
No.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. You know, Dave, I saw a card once that said, friends are like bras, close to your heart and there for support. And for 22 years...
Hang on, does that make me your maiden form?
You are my main form. And how do you know bra brands? We're getting really off topic with Dave's knowledge of bra brands. But for 22 years, our friends at Soroptimist International of Valencia have been supporting women going through their breast cancer journey with its meaningful event known as Bras for a Cause.
Since its inception, the signature event has raised more than $750,000 in the fight against breast cancer. So joining us today to give us a sneak peek of this year's Music of the Night, which, by the way, it's sold out. Co-chairs Laura Chesler and Olga Campbell. Thank you, ladies, once again for coming back and talking about this.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
So happy to be here.
Remind us about Soroptimist International. Laura, tell us a little bit about the organization, what its mission really is.
You bet. So it was started in 1921 when a group of women went to join a men's club and were told no thank you. So they went, okay, we'll start our own. So since then, we have grown to about, I think it's 70,000 members in over 121 countries. And our mission is very simple. It's the betterment of women and girls through mentorship and education. And then the bras kind of dovetails nicely with that because it is helping women in our community and sometimes girls too.
So Olga, I have to say I was at the event last year, and what struck me was it's such an important fundraiser, obviously for a good cause, But it's also so much fun. Tell people what's in store.
It is. It's a tremendous amount of fun, a lot of activity, a lot of great energy. There's a lot of hands that go into putting the event together. Thank you for being there. Appreciate your presence and support. The event itself, we come together every year. We have our models that show up, a lot of them reoccurring, 10th year even, where they're volunteering to go up on stage. The reason why our models keep showing up is because they have a personal connection, be it family member or friend that was impacted, warrior, or that have lost the battle. And so that they show up to do what they can to generate the funds to help women and their families that are going through this difficult period, right?
So, and you talk about the funds. Where will the proceeds go? What will they be used for?
Well, the proceeds go to Sheila Villot's breast cancer to help support women who can't afford. We also support the Circle of Hope and some of the funds as well. We have a couple of Soroptimist programs, which is Dream It, Be It, and Live Your Dream, that help women in our community. So the funds all stay within our community. And so we disperse some of the funds to help in those areas too. Did I miss anything?
You did not. I'm impressed. Olga, go Olga.
But we do, and like I said, the majority of people that show up, it is because they've been impacted themselves or a family member or friend. And one of our models said it so eloquently that if she can be up on stage for a minute and be uncomfortable, because it's, not all that comfortable to be up on stage, but to just be there and do what they can to raise funds when people, women are going through such a difficult time. They show up. And our community shows up, which we love.
Yeah.
And I can tell, talking to both of you, that you're very passionate about Soroptimist as well as this event. Tell us what it means to you to be part of the Soroptimist community. Let's start with you, Laura.
Wow. Well, I've been a member almost 8 years. I've been a past president twice. Now I'm on the Camino Real region as a District 2 director. When I started, I was going to just join and fly under the radar. So that should tell you how much the organization has meant to me, because it wants me to keep doing more. And I'm very passionate about girls in the school and the mentorship we do through Dream It, Be It. I remember when I was a junior high schooler, I wish I had Soroptimist. And our Live Your Dream program, where we give cash grants to women who are head of household to go back to school and get their education to help them, with their lives. So once you're in the organization, the mission is huge. The breast cancer component of this, for me too, is huge, and for all of us. And we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of wonderful women in the club that just make it every day is a fun day.
That's right.
Olga, how about for you? What does it mean to you?
It's exactly what Laura mentioned, being able to be in a position where you can lift other women up and have an impact even on girls in our community, and show that we can come together as a community, as women, and empower each other. And the friendships that are made along the way, not within the club, but also within the community. Last year I was director of the Dream It, Be It program that goes into high schools and just empowers girls, giving them the benefit of knowing that there is so much support and resources out there, even looking for mentorship within their circle of people, as opposed to, an Instagram figure or someone that is tangible, that they can pick up the phone and say, hey, can I grab a coffee with you and just get information on how you got to this position, because it's where I want to be. So there's so much opportunity to just pour into the younger generation, and even alongside each one of us. So we just empower each other. It's a fun community.
Well, as we mentioned at the very beginning, this event is sold out. But if someone wants to donate, someone wants to get involved in the organization, where can they go to get that information?
They can go to our website, which is SCVTV.org. And from there, you click donate, and it will take you right where you need to go. Right now, we're running our ribbons of support with the models and with the chairs, where people can donate different increments of support. And it's 100% donation, tax deductible. So that right there is a great, I know I had a friend that said, I can't believe I missed the tickets again. Can you get me in? And I said, no, I cannot. But you can still donate.
Yeah,
so SIValencia.org, donate.
So important. Laura Chesler, Olga Campbell, co-chairs for Bras for a Cause. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. One of our favorite segments is back. That's right, Santa Clarita. It's pet adoption time, and boy, do we have some possum pooches today.
I see what you did there. Joining us now are good friends from Outta the Cage, founder Jill Deshay and co-founder Tamara Dole, and they brought along some adorable pups that are looking for their forever homes. One might even look a little familiar. Jill and Tamara, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for being here. Who do we have today?
We have Milo, who is making his third appearance on the show. Yeah, he couldn't stay away. And we have our new girl. We've had her for about
5 months.
5 months now, Petunia, and she is 10 months old.
And a German Shepherd.
And a German Shepherd.
And
yeah.
such a good girl.
Such a good girl. And we thought we would bring like the yin and the yang of the dog world today, right? But you know, our mission today is just to show people how both of these dogs can be, as different as they are, can be good family pets.
Yeah. Okay, so Milo is back. We're looking to find a good home for Milo. What would be the best home for Milo, first of all, to start?
Milo could be a great family dog. I'd say older kids, just because and you can see he's fine with other dogs, which people see him and they figure he's not, but he is. I would say older kids only because he's a victim of his own enthusiasm. You guys see here, everybody's a friend, he gets bouncy, so we don't want him knocking down any toddlers. But other than that, a family, an active couple, he is not your hiking buddy necessarily, he's more of a couch potato, but a couple neighborhood walks every day, and Milo's a happy boy.
We need to get Milo a home, so let's take a good long look at him and make sure that we find someone for him.
He's a sweetie.
And then you have this supermodel here who's just like, hold on, look at me.
Yes.
What is Petunia's story?
Well, Petunia was hit by a car. She was at the shelter, hit by a car, and we went ahead and rescued her and got her the help that she needed. She lived in a cone and a crate for, several months, but she is ready to go. It was really funny when we rescued her. Her ears were the same size as this, but her head was a lot smaller, so she had huge ears. But she's growing into her ears now.
Yeah.
So. But she needs, unlike Miles, she needs an active family or a couple or an individual that is willing to exercise with the dog, take the dog out on hikes.
Petunia.
Yeah.
And she loves training.
Yes.
So if you want like a project dog that you can work with and teach her commands and even things like we're taking her to agility on Sunday to see how she does with agility. She loves kind of being told what to do, and she's a quick learner. She's super smart.
Yeah, we had her at an adoption event on Sunday, and there was a trainer with her, and I could not believe it. Like in 5 minutes, she learned how to do a sit to a down.
Wow.
She really wants to be.
Well, German Shepherds are very smart to begin with, anyway. And you mentioned that she was injured. She got hit by a car. We were talking about it. She broke her front.
Yeah, front right.
But you wouldn't. I mean, it's completely healed. It's totally
Yep.
fine. She came bouncing in here, and she's been super friendly, haven't you, Petunia?
She is just gorgeous.
And when the shelter, when they come in with a broken leg or something like that and it's pretty severe, the shelter gives them until 4 o'clock before they euthanize them. And so we got a call at like 1:30, there's this puppy here and she seems really nice.
Thank
she was
goodness
out of it.
you guys were able to do that.
And she is really nice. It was happy we did it.
So you've got some good news as well, because there was a dog that was from a domestic violence situation that got adopted?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Henry, holy cow. Henry was the victim of domestic violence. The dad of the family broke his 2 back legs. And so...
broke Henry's 2 back legs.
Yeah, broke Henry's 2 back legs. And the mom... in an act of heroism, actually put him in her car and took him to the shelter so that he couldn't get further hurt. And so he was fixed up. His legs are fine. He's a purebred Anatolian Shepherd, and he's with a family who was looking for an Anatolian Shepherd puppy. So it worked out so well, and he's doing so well. What a great dog. And just you know, so grateful that, you know, they showed up right when he was ready to be adopted. Yeah.
Remind everyone about the good work that Outta the Cage does, saving dogs like the one that you just mentioned in Petunia and Milo.
Yeah. Well, we tend to save the harder to save dogs, and that means the larger breed dogs. They don't last in the shelter as long. They have fewer adopters. It also means the medical dogs, and occasionally the senior dogs will take as well. So, yeah, so we do take some harder cases, but as you can see, you know, once we fix them up, they're great dogs. And this one, I mean, this one needs his person, because right now, Joe and I joke because, you know, the dogs love him so much, but whenever he sees me, he says, "Bye, Joe," right? Say, "Bye, Joe." Bye-bye. I know, but he needs, you know, he will be like this with, you know, his new person. He just needs that person or those people to bond with. He is very, as they say in the training world, affiliative. Very friendly dog.
So there's been a huge problem with rehoming. Explain what that means and why that's a problem.
Yeah, rehoming is people contacting rescues and shelter, well, rescues really, directly to rehome their dogs, thereby, you know, kind of avoiding the shelter system, which on its face makes a lot of sense. Who wants their dog, you know, the dog you can't keep to end up at a shelter? Yeah. The odds aren't good these days, right? Unfortunately, we are just awash in rehoming requests. We got one sad, I mean, the stories are so sad, and we got one today that was particularly sad, and we can't do all that and save dogs from shelters as well. So you know, the supply is just way higher than the demand right now.
Well, and I have to give a shout out to Joe, because he's the one who's currently fostering these two, is that true? And he was fostering Raya, who I adopted from Out of the Cage.
Yep.
And it's not like you show up and they just give you the dog and say good luck. Like, they spend time, they make sure it's a good fit, they give you tips.
Joe came to your home.
Joe came to my home like twice. And
I invited myself.
Joe came too. So it's really like a process in a family, and I still text and call them all the time for help and questions with my crazy girl, but she's amazing and I love her so much, and I know that both of these two are going to, you know, make some families super happy. So how can people adopt them?
Outofthecage.org.
Yeah, and if you go to outofthecage.org/dogs, you will actually go to the list, all the headshots of all the dogs, and then you click on it and you'll get the full profile of the dog, all the information on how to get adoption going.
And you've got an event coming up on September 19th.
We do.
Thanks for mentioning
Talk
that.
about that.
It's called One-Liner Madness. It's a party where there's a bunch of comedians, and they all compete, 64 comedians. Tell them about it. Tell them about the brackets.
It's a weird thing. 64 comedians, a bracket type thing, and they basically have to give one-liners, and it'll be 2 at a time, and then the audience will, by their clap, will determine who did the best, and then they will go on. And then within 100 minutes, that somebody will crown the winner. So
that is really cool. What a great
so
idea.
It's our annual fundraiser. It's on September 19th. And if you want information about it, you can go to Out of the Cage, OUTTAthecage.org/laugh. You can't compete with that.
You cannot compete with that. Jill Deshay and Tamara Dole, co-founders of Out of the Cage, thank you both so much for being here and bringing Petunia and Milo. We're going to find homes. Look at these loves.
Yay.
Look at these loves
Absolutely.
here. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for being with us.
You did very well.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Where are you? Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. Now, Dave, before we go on, we have to share one of our favorite moments that always happens when we have a pet adoption segment, because after we meet the dogs and we film, our amazing crew gets to come and pet and give them some love. And look at the adorableness that just happened.
This was great, and it's so much energy, and the dogs, of course, love it. And of course, everybody from Out of the Cage, they love it as well. And it's just so much fun to see. But the best part for me was they were trying to get the dog trying to get Petunia to shake, trying to get Petunia, and then finally, bam, right there. Jane got it, and everyone excited.
Cheers.
It was great. It was so much fun.
Cheers. Oh, we love it. We love it. All right. Well, it's been a huge summer for the city of Santa Clarita as it welcomed its 40th park, William S. Hart Park. The city officially took over day-to-day operations from Los Angeles County back in July.
And one exciting change, the park's ranch house is now open for self-guided tours where you can learn more about movie star William S. Hart and the legacy he left behind. Find out more on a brand new episode of This Week in Santa Clarita.
Before Hollywood became the land of the stars, William S. Hart blazed the trail as one of Hollywood's first early cowboys. Now we can see parts of his life and legacy here at the ranch house. Built before the mansion, the ranch house was the original Newhall home to Hart and his sister, Mary Ellen. Hart loved to host friends from across the country, often gathering for one of his favorite pastimes, gambling. Step inside and the very first room on the left sets the scene of what life was like. As you wander through the ranch house, you'll find artifacts, stories, and details that bring Hart's history to life. From the living spaces to the tack and saddle room, it's a chance to immerse yourself in another time and place. The ranch house is just one part of the Hart Museum, and while the mansion on the hills remains closed, the ranch house welcomes you every day of the week from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., except on Mondays when it's open from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pair your visit with the Agents of Discovery tour and dive deeper into local history. So come on down and explore the ranch house near the barnyard and experience William S. Hart's legacy up close.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure to tune in next week and every week for another episode of SCVTV's Community Corner.
Check out all of our past episodes and segments at scvcommunitycorner.com or our Facebook at SCV Community Corner.
Thanks so much for watching.
We'll see you next time. At SCVTV, we believe in the power of television to inspire, educate, and unite our community. But we can't do it alone. Donate today, and together we can continue to create meaningful content and provide next-generation workforce opportunities.